Hi everyone, my name's Angie. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the keto diet and how it works for anyone who may be new to it out there who's heard different things. And I want to just give you my details from my point of view, my perspective, what's worked for us. I'm not a doctor, nurse, or nutritionist. I'm just somebody who has done a lot of research, who's had health issues, and who has found what works for us, me and my husband. So we first heard about the keto diet, the ketogenic diet, almost 2 years ago through a program that Dr. Axe was on. He was talking about different symptoms that his patients were having that had to do with skin, diabetes, GI issues, headaches, inflammation, all different types of things. And so some of those things we had been struggling with ourselves. Plus overall, we just were not feeling good. And so that kind of got our attention and we decided to try it. So the first time we tried it was over 2 years ago, and we did do it for a while and we lost weight and we were feeling better. And then life just kind of happened and we started, eating out more and different things. And then the cravings came back, and then we just kind of quit doing it. And then we started seeing how we weren't feeling good again and things like that. But at that point, I'm sure people can relate. If you've been on multiple diets and have lost weight and gained the weight back, I know for me, I just felt like I failed again. And so I didn't want to start the diet again until I was completely committed to doing it as a lifestyle. And so it took me about a year to get to that point where I was excited and committed to doing it. And so it was a year ago in November that we went back on the diet, and I was happy to see that there were a lot more products out there for the ketogenic diet. And so we ended up starting it, and we did, got all the food that we needed and different things. And the weight started coming off, we're feeling better. And, it was really starting to work for us again. And so before I get into this any further, I wanted to give the definition of what the keto diet is. The keto diet works by restricting your body of carbohydrates, which is converted to glucose in your body. When your body doesn't have glucose for energy, it starts to burn fat instead. When your body converts fat, which are then turned into ketones, as its primary fuel source, then you are in a metabolic state of ketosis. And that's the whole goal of the keto diet. So instead of burning the glucose from the high carbohydrates, you want your body to start burning the stored up fat. So if you are on this diet because you have a lot of weight to lose, you don't want to have all the fat at the beginning that the keto diet may be saying to have, because you want to burn the fat you've already got on you. So at the beginning for us, we didn't do fat bombs. We didn't do, things to put the extra fat there because we wanted to burn the fat that we already had. So what I would suggest is to get an app on your phone that tracks your net carbs and your macros, and the one that we use is Carb Manager, and it will track your net carbs, protein, and fat for each day. And you can put your goal weight in there, the food you're eating, you can scan into it, and it will pull up all the food that you scan with the macros and ingredients, and it'll do all that for you. So there's a place to put your goal weight. There's a place for you to scan your food and enter your meals for the day. There's a place to put your water intake and different things, and it will track your progress. And when you first get the app, it'll ask you questions because it wants to find out what your body type is. So it'll ask you how much you weigh, it'll ask your height, it'll ask how active you are, different things like that. and then it'll give you the suggested amount of calories for the day based on that. And it'll also suggest your net carbs. Most people will say not to go above 20 net carbs a day. Some people go up to 30. But if you're trying to actively lose weight, you'll want to stay around 20 net carbs. So I would recommend that for the first month or two to use an app so you can track your food, you can track your portion size. So the way to find out the net carbs is you look on the back of the food where the ingredients are listed, and you take the amount of carbohydrates and you subtract the fiber and the sugar alcohol from the carbohydrates number. So if you do that, you'll find out how many net carbs per serving. And then you'll look at the top where it says serving size, and you'll want to make sure that you stay within that serving size. So I suggest that at the beginning, especially, that you try to do that, because that will help you with your portions. It'll help you know how your body's responding to certain amounts, and it'll show how many net carbs you're actually losing weight having. It's pretty important at the beginning to do that, just to make sure you're seeing progress. Another thing that you can do is you can get these ketone strips that are urine strips to check and see if you're in ketosis. And some people will go and buy the blood test, little blood prick tool you can use to get more precise on how your glucose is affected. But I just use the ketones to see if I'm back in ketosis, and you'll learn through this whole process how your body responds. For me, the longer that I'm on the keto diet, the easier it is for me to get back into ketosis if I cheat. Because this is a lifestyle, we allow ourselves to have certain days where we have cheat foods. And so it's important not to go overboard, because then you can easily put the cravings back on you. For us, the focus is more on the health benefits and less on the weight loss. I don't weigh myself weekly. I did at the beginning, but now I don't. If I start obsessing about the weight loss, then a lot of times I'll just get discouraged. But I just feel like if this is something that's going to be a way of life, I need to focus more on the health and not on the weight as much. It just depends on the person and how much weight you have to lose. The best way to have success on the keto diet is to not have foods in your home that you know are going to be too tempting for you. So I would just get things, and I know that's hard when you have kids that aren't on keto, but get them things that you don't really care about eating. So just make sure that you have plenty of snacks, and it's easier and helpful if you have pre-cooked food ahead of time, which I try to keep, like breakfast meats cooked ahead in batches. I try to keep taco meat, hard-boiled eggs, things that we can make a quick salad with. You know, anything you can make ahead where you can easily grab it and you're not tempted to just go out to eat or something, then, you know, that is really what helps you be successful. Any snacks that you can grab so you're not tempted to eat something you shouldn't is what helps you be successful. So it's really important to have things on hand that are quick and fast. So when you start keto, if you've never been on it before, you'll probably go through something called the keto flu while your body's transitioning from burning glucose to burning the fat. So with us, I didn't notice it a whole lot. I think I felt like tired more than anything. I think some people can get headaches and things, but I would recommend making sure you're getting enough potassium, sodium, and magnesium in your diet so that your electrolytes stay normal. We take electrolytes, a supplement, every night, especially since I'm somebody who suffers with migraines, and we take a magnesium supplement every night. You want to make sure your body's getting enough salt. Okay, so some of the benefits that we have seen there's more benefits than this, but I'm just telling you what we've seen, is clear skin. It helps clear up GI issues, more energy, weight loss, immune system support, reduces your appetite because you're eating whole foods and you're eating more healthy fats. One reason why it's important to have healthy fat in your diet is just because it keeps you filled up longer. The healthy fats come from like meat and nuts and avocado, so that will keep you full for a longer amount of time. It gets rid of the sugar cravings because you're no longer having regular sugar. It reduces inflammation or gets rid of it completely. The amount of headaches go away. I know for me, I could get migraines just from eating too much sugar. It keeps anybody, like I was pre-diabetic, it normalizes your glucose. So those are the things that we've really noticed. And I also had a lot of symptoms from having fibroid nodules. And after being on keto, when I went in for an ultrasound, my uterus was healthy. So it really helps with those types of issues. If you've hit a keto plateau, and that's kind of the point that I'm at right now, I've already lost 27 pounds. I have 20 more I'd like to lose. Then a lot of people will start doing the fasting, which is where you'll eat like maybe 8 hours a day and you'll fast for 16. So for me, if I quit eating after a certain time at night, and then I'll quit eating from 7 to 11, I won't eat anything. So for me, from 7 o'clock that evening to 11 o'clock the next morning, I won't eat anything. You don't eat as much if you do that, and it kind of resets your body. So if you're hitting a plateau, it can really help with that. For me, I'm a night person, so I would get hungry and want to snack at night. And even if it's keto, it's still calories. So I noticed it's easier for me to lose weight if I'm not eating after dinner time. Another thing, if you're plateauing, is to lower the amount of fat that you're putting into your diet so that you're burning more of the fat you already have. Also, the better you feel, the more you'll want to exercise. So at that point, you'll want to start exercising more. And that will make your body feel better, and it will also burn calories, and it'll give you more energy. I went through a period where for 2 months I wasn't losing any weight, and then I started depriving myself more, which made it worse. So sometimes it can actually, depriving yourself of lowering your calories and lowering your net carbs can actually make it harder for you to lose weight, because then your body goes into a storing where it stores fat, and you don't want to do that either. So at that point, I really realized I need to listen more to my body, because I know for me, it's easy to eat because my body has a craving, or like, I don't know about you, but my body actually gets on a time schedule where if I'm used to having a snack at 3 o'clock, my body will tell me, you're hungry, you need to eat something at 3 o'clock, whether I'm really hungry or not. So to break that cycle, that's another thing that fasting is good at, is breaking cycles. And just only eating when your stomach's growling. And when I started doing that, I broke the plateau and started losing weight again, because I was actually listening to my body and eating when I was hungry and stop eating when I'm full. So that's really important too. So I think I covered everything that I was wanting to talk about today. I don't really know everything yet, but I'm still kind of in the learning process, and it's really a matter of listening to your own body and keeping track of what your body is responding to and just trying different things till you see what's working. But in order for me to make this a lifestyle, I can't just focus on the weight loss all the time. So, because you're gonna have some weeks where you don't lose anything, you may have gained a pound or two, and then you could lose 4 pounds the next week. So try not to like overly focus on that part of it and just focus on how good you're feeling and have that be your focus, and then the weight will surprise you. And you'll step on the scale and realize you've lost like 5 pounds. So to me, that is what's manageable, and that's how we can make this a lifestyle. Also, I know I've talked to my doctors. Like, I no longer have to see a gastroenterologist because I'm not having any stomach issues anymore. I am seeing a neurologist for migraines, but my headaches have reduced considerably. And I also recommend, if you deal with headaches, to get off caffeine as much as possible, because that is a huge thing. So, and the more you take of a medicine, the more your body kind of becomes immune to that medicine. Because I was taking Advil all the time before I went to a neurologist, and it quit being effective, and it can actually cause you to have more headaches. So that's another thing to watch. But I've talked to my neurologist, my regular doctor, my gynecologist. They all think it's good, that the low-carb option's a good option. But they also have told me it's not good to be on depleted carbs all the time. So, sometimes I'll, have an apple or have a sweet potato or something, just so that I'm having another healthy type of carb here and there, especially if you're making this a lifestyle. So, and then we have our cheat days. Like on Christmas, we had the things that we enjoy that are traditional that we like to eat. Especially if this is a lifestyle, you don't want to be so strict that you just don't want to do it. I mean, I've heard people get burnt out on it because they used to like avocados, now they're sick of them. Well, there's so many different options out there. I'm trying stuff all the time, and that's one reason why I'm doing my keto cooking videos, just to give you options of things that are good. And there's such a variety out there. You shouldn't be eating the same thing over and over again unless you're just somebody who likes doing that. But there's such a variety with keto. So just experiment with different foods and different recipes and try to make it fun. I hope this video helps with any questions that anyone might have had. It's just giving my viewpoint, my experience, but hopefully that's helpful. And if you decide to do keto, then, best wishes on the journey, and I hope you have a lot of success health-wise and weight-wise with it. And I'll be back every week with a new keto recipe, and I'm just excited for anyone who wants to go on this journey with us. I appreciate you being here, and I just thank you for your support. Thank you for watching my channel, and hopefully we'll get to know each other through the comments, and I'll see you later this week. Bye.